Hey, folks, welcome to Win Anyway Live this Thursday. You've got to start somewhere. Yeah, you got to start somewhere for pretty much anything you're doing, but especially speaking. I spend a lot of my time during the day listening to sports radio. I don't know why. It's kind of insipid and sometimes repetitive, and it really doesn't make a difference in the world because none of these people talking on the radio make a whit of difference for what's going to happen. But for some reason, I have been listening to sports radio for the last 25 to 30 years, all throughout the day. The one thing that drives me absolutely crazy, though, about sports radio are the shows that let callers call in, because the callers have no understanding of how to form a cogent thought. First time, long time. Thanks for taking my call. Yeah, I really want to. Yeah, the Bucks. I was really glad to see them win last night, and I think they're going to win it all. Yeah, that's all I got. Thanks so much for letting me on. I appreciate it. It's great talking to you. I love your show. Oh my goodness! And that one wasn't even as bad as most of the ones that I hear. Now, some of the callers do a really good job, and some of the shows do a pretty good job of cultivating better callers. Like the Jim Rome show, if you know Jim Rome, he's a terrible person. Now, he's probably a great person, but he plays a terrible person as a radio host, and he will call out the callers when they are terrible. And he'll boot them off. He'll do all sorts of things. And I know there are a lot of different radio hosts around there that have done that over the years. And that can be okay if it truly does cultivate a listenership that is going to be improving themselves as they call in. Jim Rome would actually have a competition at the end of every year to see who could actually call in and have the best sports call, not just of the day, but of the year. And he'd have a whole contest over several hours. I probably should have done that. I've only called into radio shows a couple of times. But here's the thing. It's kind of like doing a Facebook Live. If you're not prepared, it's not going to be great. And I have had some Facebook Lives that I have not prepared very well. I just try to rely on my ability to go off the cuff, the experience that I have to just, boom, put something out there. Now, I've thought about this one a little bit more, so hopefully it's a little bit better. But you've got time. When you're calling into a radio show, they put you on hold. You can be hold for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Plenty of time to think about it. Then you get surprised that they call on you, and you're all tongue-tied, and you're nervous to boot. That happens in sales meetings, right? It happens on sales calls. It happens when you meet a stranger. It happens when you bump into somebody you don't know at church and have to start a conversation. It happens all the time. It's just life. You suddenly have to start talking and communicating. And you walk away thinking, oh, I should have said this. Well, instead of starting there, I know you got to start somewhere, but why start there? Why not start by putting some thought into what you're going to say in life and in certain situations? And why not join Toastmasters so that you can get over your initial fear of nervousness and practice putting some speeches together, practice impromptu speaking with table topics. And then if you find a message and you get a bigger message that needs to go out to a bigger audience, that needs to be heard for more than 30 seconds, why not get a coach? Find somebody who can help you expand that message. Find somebody who can help you create impact with that message and help you go find places to actually give that message and maybe, just maybe, get paid for it, make a living off of it, and know that you are changing lives when you do it. Now, that's like the end goal. But you got to start somewhere. Even if you're starting on a radio show, sounding like an idiot, you can get somewhere. You can go from there to there. You can go from the idiot on the radio show to the professional speaker. It can happen. Or anywhere in between. But remember, how you communicate is an important representation of who you are. Yeah, people say, oh, they look at you and that's the first impression, what you're wearing, how you're walking. Well, that's one of the reasons I look to communicate better than most, because I don't always wear great clothes and I definitely don't walk right. So hopefully the first words out of my mouth will then impress them. Who can you impress? By the way you speak, by the words you say, by the ideas you have. And you can only do it if you actually start somewhere. Practice. Get over the nervousness. Learn to put it out there. Be confident. Be bottom line. What's the old quote my coach used to tell me? Stand up, speak up, sit down, and shut up. So there you go. I'm already sitting down. Now I'm going to shut up. You go win anyway. I'll see you tomorrow.